This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Phatts and the non-genetically proven Sun. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching and participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phatts TV on this Tuesday night, January 26th, 2021. We've almost made it 1 week into the Biden presidency. Get your window open or something up there.
No, I do not. But, you know.
I don't know.
We made it almost 1 week through the Biden presidency.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive. But I have been seeing a whole lot of things saying he doesn't need to speed race. He has 4 years to destroy the country, and he's doing it very significantly in a week.
Well, maybe actually he only knows that he only has 6 months to destroy the country until he gets replaced. You know.
Maybe.
So joining me as always in the upper left-hand portion of the screen, coming to you live from his underground bunker in the central part of our state, the non-genetically proven Sun.
Woo!
With his football shirt on.
5-0 victory today.
Woo! Doggies. So, as we were ending Thursday's show, I brought up something.
No, you did.
I did. And you didn't know what I was going to say.
That's also true.
So,
at least you didn't tell me you had a bowel movement.
I did not. So I want to replay for those of you who weren't watching, which you should have been, last Thursday. And I will remind you, for those of you that did watch, in case you forgot. So we got, it's not a very long clip at all. Let's see here. Let's see if we're on our new updated Wirecast, so still trying to work out all the bugs. So let's see if I can get this to work. This could be interesting. Very long for us. I want to leave you guys with one thought, and it is back to politics for a minute. There's a lot of talk out there about how the Bidens made all their money.
Oh, boy.
A lot of talk about how the Bidens made all their money. Well, I'm going to tell you how they made all their money. I found it digging around the internet. It wasn't because Joe Biden made all of those speeches. It wasn't because of his shady dealings. No. Nope. Joe Biden has an OnlyFans account.
All right, then.
And remember, where we go on,
we go on.
I'm going to check out Joe Biden's OnlyFans account. See you Tuesday. Okay, so that is how we ended the show last Thursday. Now, show of hands, how many of you went and tried to find Joe Biden's OnlyFans account? I see a lot of you with your hands up. Very good. Might have had a little trouble finding it. You just can't go to OnlyFans and type Joe Biden. I think it's
It's Joseph R. Biden.
I think it's under like Professor Hairy Legs or something like that. You have to look up.
Hairy legs.
Professor
right
Hairy
next to
Legs.
Professor Pierce Nipples.
Yes. And it's you know, it's kind of copyrighted, so I can't be taking screenshots of it, you know. Surprisingly, I posted that video on Facebook, and I did not get, you know, like a fact check thing.
Which is surprising.
I was waiting and waiting for Facebook to say there is no proof that Joe Biden has an OnlyFans page. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for it. But I do have here, I was able to, I think, let me find it. There is a Twitter page. And no, I don't have my Twitter page back yet. It's still suspended.
Twitter.
Twitter twatter. And the other week's, you know, YouTube show that we did, that's still taken down. But here's the picture on Joe Biden's Hairy Legs Twitter page. There's the picture. Message board is live in operation should you wish to chime in on Joe Biden's hairy legs. Christine Goodman says, very clear video feed. She doesn't comment on Joe Biden's OnlyFans account. She was one of the ones that had her hands up. Maybe she was raising her hand for Carl. I have no idea.
Maybe.
Well, thank you, Christine, for telling us that the video feed is nice and clear. We jumped from Wirecast 7 to Wirecast 14.
Solid.
So it only took months for them to figure out what was going on wrong that I couldn't use 14. But we figured it out. There was a program in Windows that was corrupted that had to be fixed. That was preventing the download, the successful download. It was a runtime C+ error, whatever that means. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
So we have a couple things to play about Joe Biden and his hairy legs. I don't want to gross anybody out, but, you know, his net worth went from, you know, a few $100,000 to $16 million in 3 years. That's what he has to have one hell of a subscription on OnlyFans. Somebody must like hairy legs out there. That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
Proudly for your dad, first African-American state senator in the state of Delaware. Everything about. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
He likes kids stroking his legs. Hey, more power to you, Grandpa Joe.
Okay.
More power to you.
Thank you for that fine video.
Yeah, and you just ate dinner.
Did just eat dinner.
I have the cartoon version of that as well.
Of course you do.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
That turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
I love kids jumping on my lap. I love kids jumping on my lap.
That's just creepy.
We don't want to play the next video. Get off of there. Sorry about that. Thought I stopped it. That was a video we played on the last show when we were going over the difference in the inauguration speeches. If you didn't catch that last show, feel free to go back and watch it. It was a pretty good show. It was a long show. It was almost an hour and a half.
That it was.
Tonight's show will not be an hour and a half.
2 hours.
I promise you it will not be an hour and a half. So, one of the first things that he did when he assumed the presidency is he signed an executive order canceling the Keystone Pipeline.
Yep.
Now, for those of you that don't know what the Keystone Pipeline is, it's basically running oil from Canada to the refineries down along the Gulf Coast, basically. Lots of union jobs building this pipeline. A lot of union jobs that are now gone. And what did his press secretary say when asked about it? Well, they'll just have to go find other jobs.
Or they can find other jobs, yeah.
They could go find other jobs. Yeah. So, he did this to keep his pledge to the environmentalists. Okay. All right. If you want to be a moron and do such things, that's fine. That's fine. But I want you to think of something here. How does Canada get their oil to the Gulf Coast now? Because they still do.
Got to truck it?
They still get it there. No, it actually doesn't go by truck. They figured the cost, once the Keystone Pipeline was built, the cost from Canada to get the oil down to the refineries in Texas will be about $10 per barrel. Not bad. Not bad. How they do it right now costs $30 a barrel. Now, I don't know how much oil, Canadian oil, we use in the United States. I have no idea, but I'm assuming some. So I'm assuming that goes into the price somewhere, whether their oil makes gas or heating oil or whatever. But take another guess, non-genetically proven son. How does Canada currently get their oil down to the refineries in the Gulf Coast? Any idea?
So they don't do truck,
Nope.
plane?
No.
Is that a thing?
No.
Train?
Yes. Rail car. Rail car. What pulls rail cars? An engine. An engine.
What does that run on?
What does these engines run on?
Coal and oil?
Diesel fuel.
And that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but diesel fuel is one of the dirtiest fuels out there. It's going to destroy the environment a hell of a lot more than a pipeline going through the United States will. Think about it. He cancels the Keystone Pipeline as a favor to the environmentalists, but now Canada's going to continue to do it to transport their oil in a way that pollutes the world even more at a more expensive cost. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Is the Route 10 pipeline part of that system?
It is not. Not that I know of, at least. I mean, they were building pipelines like all around here. Like there's a pipeline over near Fritztown, and it goes down Route 10 and it crosses over near Twin Valley High School. I think that was the Shell pipeline that they were building to wherever these if you go out Fritztown Road down in Fritztown, you have those big holding things there. I believe that's where they were going to, because those things start on Fritztown Road, and then some go south and some go west. So yeah. No. What do you know? What do you know? The way they got to do it now is worse off than a pipeline at a more expensive price. Good job, Joe. Good job, Grandpa Joe.
That would be why gas all of a sudden jumped 20 to 30 cents in our state.
I asked a person that who would know, and he said that they had to shut some refineries down for some issues. When law of supply and demand, refineries shut down, there's less oil going out to the market. So demand goes up because supply goes down, ergo prices go high.
Gas will be $4.50 again before you know it.
Yeah.
And I will stop driving at all. Basically, I'll buy a bike now because now it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah. So, who here has the Disney Channel? Anybody? Raise your hands. Raise them high. Raise them high in the back. 1, 2 of you have the Disney Channel. For you old timers out there, how many of you saw the movie Dumbo? Show of hands. Show of hands. Dumbo originally came out in 1941.
You've seen the original Dumbo?
Yes.
1941 Dumbo came out. Who else has seen it? Peter Pan. Who's seen Peter Pan? Anybody? Who's seen Peter Pan? Anybody on the messaging board telling us they've seen Dumbo or Peter Pan?
Christine said she's seen Dumbo.
Okay.
Waiting on Peter Pan.
Peter Pan came out in 1953.
She's seen Peter Pan as well.
Swiss Family Robinson. We all know Swiss Family Robinson, us old timers.
But say, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
They were the Robinsons.
Oh, the Robinsons. See, when you call it Swiss Family Robinsons, I'm like, huh?
Swiss Family Robinson came out in 1960. Who's watched Swiss Family Robinson?
Christine?
Okay. Let me ask, as I'm pulling up the last movie here. Christine.
That one does. My studio audience has Disney Plus.
Okay. All right. Does she have younger brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Okay. How old are they?
Your sister is
19.
19 and your brother's 12?
10.
10?
10, 11.
10 or 11.
Okay. So that's not going to help here. Who's seen the movie Aristocrats? Or Aristocats? Sorry. Anybody? Bueller? It came out in 1970. The Aristocats. So we got Dumbo in the 40s, Peter Pan in the 50s, Swiss Family Robinson in the 60s, and Aristocats in the 70s.
Okay. What about them?
If you have Disney Plus, and you could have, multiple subscribers, kind of like Netflix does. If one of your subscribers is your child, and your child is 7 or younger, and has their own login, you can't get those 4 movies. They have yanked Dumbo, Peter Pan, Swiss Family Robinson, and Aristocats.
Why?
They say they're not appropriate for children age 7 and younger. Can you believe this? Can you freaking believe this? Let's find the article.
Weren't they originally designed for kids
Yes!
like under 10?
Yes, it's something about them being considered racist or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. As if I haven't heard that one before.
Yes. Let me see if I could if I could find the article. There's an article from 2020. 2020. Lots of articles from 2020 with them. Disney removes. I mean, who would have thought that those movies would be deemed that? So let's see what this has to say. In their continued effort to promote diversity and inclusion, Disney has made select films unavailable on children's Disney Plus profiles due to negative cultural depictions, particularly racist stereotypes. The films are still available on standard Disney Plus profiles with a content advisory warning. Can you believe that? There's a content advisory warning on Dumbo.
That there is.
Dumbo. There's a content advisory warning on Peter Pan. What do you think Sandy Duncan is thinking right now? Peter Pan, I believe, was played by Sandy Duncan on Broadway for years and years and years. Yes, a girl played a boy. Unbelievable. Let's see what it says. The films now unavailable on children's profiles are Aristocats, Dumbo, Peter Pan, and Swiss Family Robinson. The films have been moved to a 6+ rating. So, sorry, it was children under 7, not 7 and under. And are not the only movies unavailable to children, as PG-rated Disney films are also unavailable. Aristocats. The cat is depicted as a racist caricature of East Asian peoples with exaggerated stereotypical traits such as slanted eyes and buck teeth. He sings in poorly accented English voiced by a white actor and plays the piano with chopsticks. This portrayal reinforces perpetual foreigner stereotypes, while the film also features lyrics that mock the Chinese language and cultures such as Shanghai, Hong Kong, Egg Foo Young, Fortune Cookie, Always Wrong. Your children can't watch Aristocrats. Dumbo. Let's see what it says about Dumbo. Dumbo, an elephant, for crying out loud. The Crows and musical number pay homage to racist minstrel shows, where white performers with blackened faces and tattered clothing imitated and ridiculed enslaved Africans on southern plantations. The leader of the group in Dumbo is Jim Crow, which shares the name of laws that enforce racial segregation to offensive lyrics like, "When we get our pay, we throw our money all away." How is that racist? How is "when we get our pay, we throw our money all away" racist?
Because that's the world we live in.
I mean, how many teenagers, when they get their pay, they throw it all away very quickly? Doesn't matter what color their skin is.
That's true.
I know a lot of adults that throw their money right away as soon as they get their pay. Hey, vey. What is this world coming to? Peter Pan! The film portrays Native people in a stereotypical manner that reflects neither the diversity of Native peoples nor their authentic cultural traditions. It shows them speaking in an unintelligible language and repeatedly refers to them as Redskins, an offensive term. Peter and the Lost Boys engaged in dancing, wearing headdresses and other exaggerated tropes, a form of mockery and appropriation of Native people's cultures and imagery.
Stereotypes were the mainstay of all cartoons in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I don't recall thinking anything about racism or anything other than entertaining. That's what Christine says.
Peter Pan, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Pan.
Racist.
Racist. Swiss Family Robinson. The pirates who antagonize the Robinson family are portrayed as stereotypical foreign menace. Many appear in yellowface or brownface and are costumed in an exaggerated and inaccurate manner with top-knot hairstyles, queues, robes, and overdone facial makeup and jewelry, reinforcing their barbarism and otherness. They speak in an indecipherable language presenting a singular and racist representation of Asian and Middle Eastern peoples. Really? Really, ladies and gentlemen? Really? What's next? Are they going to take down Popeye because olive oil doesn't have...
Smoking. He got a pipe in his mouth. I'm sure that'll be...
They're going to take down Woody Woodpecker because of his... Are they going to take it down because of that? Are they going to take down the Flintstones because Fred's got these ginormous thick feet? Are they going to take down the Jetsons because Rosie portrays a female housekeeper? Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, come on. As Grandpa Joe would say, come on, man.
Come on, man.
We're going a little too far with this. Ay, 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 ay. Anybody else besides Christine want to say something? Anybody else? Maybe you agree that this should be taken down? I don't know. Christine says she's seen them all. I think Christine's pretty normal of a person. I mean, you know, an old lady playing video games is a little weird, okay. But other than that, she's pretty normal. Oh, wait, I can't say that. I can't call Christine unnormal because she's in her, you know, senior citizen age and plays video games. Ay, ay. Oy, ay, 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 ay. I don't know. I don't know what to think of what this world is coming to.
I don't know.
All I know is God created man and woman, and the Democratic Party created all the other genders. That's all I know. That's all I know. So, in a couple weeks, we get, now that we're all working from home, we get to watch, if we choose to watch, Impeachment 2.0.
And then Impeachment 3.0.
Yes.
If it goes through.
Let's watch them try to convict President Trump, who is no longer president. Now, we all know why they want to do this. There's only one reason, and one reason only. Go ahead and say it.
So he can't run again.
So he can't run again. That's the only reason. I don't think they care that he won't get a presidential library. I don't think they care about that. I don't think they care that he'll get a pension, which he'd probably donate anyway. I don't think they care about that. I don't think they care that he would stop getting Secret Service protection. I really don't think they care about it. No. They care about him not being able to run for office again. Because I'm going to say it again. He is a populist. Populists are the strongest people on the face of the planet. Elitists fear populists. Because there's a shit ton more of us than there is of them. And my friends, all of you are populists. You are all commoners. You are all have-nots. You are not elitist. You are not a have. Sorry to tell you. You're a commoner. You're a populist. You're a have-not. That's why the elites keep us fighting amongst ourselves. That's why when it's time to go to war, it's we, us, our class that fights the wars. If we ever all join together The elites wouldn't stand a chance. It would last a day, if that. That's it. And I don't mean just the United States. I mean all around the world. I know. I'm inciting a riot. I know. I gotta get taken down. I know. So Christine says, how about the new office of the former president? It's interesting because I see it going back and forth a lot on what he's going to do. You know, one day it's yes, he's going to start his own political party. Then the next day, no, he's not. He's just going to try to reform the GOP and get populists elected. Which, if that's the route he's going to go, that's perfectly fine. I mean, Rand Paul forced the Senate to have a vote today. I don't know if you heard about this. Where the senators had to vote whether they felt this impeachment trial is constitutional. And the vote was 55 to 45, voting yes. Because, of course, all the Democrats are going to voted for this. Any guess?
Romney.
Mittens Romney, of course. He's number one. That freaking slime.
Long as you don't say Toomey.
Toomey is 2.
Oh, boy. That one girl you always talk about.
Murkowski is 3.
Now is when they start getting tough because I don't really know some of the other senators here that really hate Trump.
Well, the other one is kind of easy. But the next one is a little difficult. The last one is kind of difficult.
I don't know.
Let's see here. Okay, so. So, the Republicans were Susan Collins of Maine. That was number 4.
That was the one I was more referring to,
Oh.
the woman you always talk about.
Okay. Well, Lord knows I have no love lost for Lisa Murkowski up in Alaska.
And her, too.
We got Romney. We got Toomey. We got Murkowski. And the 5th one is, surprisingly, Ben Sass out of Nebraska. Very surprising. Now, that doesn't mean that those 5 senators are going to vote to convict Trump. It doesn't mean that. It just means they vote that this is constitutional, what they're going to do. That they feel it's constitutional. Now, there is precedence in this. There has been a former cabinet member, and I don't know who it was, that was impeached after he left working for the federal government. But it really remains to be seen if you could really impeach a president after his term expires. Now, who usually presides over an impeachment of the president? We just had this a year ago. Who is the dude that sits, or the lady that sits in that chair, in the Senate chair, presiding over it? Do we remember?
The vice president, probably?
No.
Oh.
Yes, because the vice president is going to break ties on the impeachment of his boss, or her boss. Does anybody remember who sits in the big chair, in the big Senate chair? Only for the president, not anybody else. Only for the president. Anybody remember? Christine has it right.
Oh.
Chief Justice Roberts.
The leader of the Supreme Court.
Yes. Well, guess who said he's not participating in this?
Chief Justice Roberts?
Chief Justice Roberts.
So, who goes up now?
Interestingly enough, it's going to be Pat Leahy, senator from, is he from Vermont, Connecticut, something like that?
Oh.
Patrick Leahy is from Vermont, so he's buddies with Bernie Sanders. Why they picked him, I don't know. Maybe he's the longest serving Democrat in the Senate. Maybe, possibly. Maybe that's the reason. Although he's not. Probably Dianne Feinstein is probably the longest one, I would think. But I could be wrong. Maybe it is him. But yes, he's going to be presiding over this thing, which is odd. But, okay. Hey. Do whatever you think you're going to do. It's going to be interesting to see who votes yes and who votes no. Obviously, all the Democrats are going to vote yes. Obviously.
I think I read something today that even Biden said they don't have enough people to convict him.
Well, this is just stupid to do. So, the Democrats will vote yes. Mittens Romney will vote yes because he can't stand Trump. Because, Trump became president and Mittens Romney got his ass kicked.
That he did.
And then ran from state to state to try to become a senator. Which, God willing, the great people of Utah primary his goddamn ass out of the Senate in a couple years. Murkowski doesn't like him. She'll vote. Who knows what Toomey's going to do, because he's not up for re-election. If Toomey was up for re-election, there's no way he would vote yes, because that would end his political career in Pennsylvania. But he's not up for re-election. He's bowing out. Collins, 50-50 whether she votes yes. But they have to find 17 Republicans. If they find 17 Republicans, then President Trump becomes the first president / former president ever to be convicted on an impeachment. Now, the article, there's only one article, says, he incited a riot that the people stormed the Capitol. Yes, we played the clips where he used the term peacefully protest in front of the Capitol. Yes, I could see where the words peacefully protest would incite a crowd. Maybe if the crowd was Antifa. Maybe. What do you think, non-genetically proven son?
Well, you forgot he said peacefully and patriotically.
Yes. Oh, well, that's it right there, patriotically. It was the Patriots that dumped the tea in the Boston Harbor.
That were dressed up as Indians.
Can't talk about that anymore, by the way.
What?
Well, that's racist.
What, calling them Indians?
No, we can't talk about what happened in the Boston Tea Party because they were dressed as Indians. We can't talk about that anymore.
Oh.
That's, negative portrayal of Indians. Can't talk about that anymore. So, shh. Can't bring that up. What else? What else is your thoughts out here? I mean, does anybody out here agree that this should be happening? Anybody? It's okay if you do. I love when people disagree with me. I love it. Anybody? Bueller. It's awfully quiet tonight.
That it is.
Awfully quiet. You have anything you'd like to talk about? Non-genetically proven son.
I don't really have anything in mind.
Well, you really brought a lot to the table.
Yeah. It's a little harder to get prepared for shows now that school's active.
Ah, yes. You're back in Zoom classes.
Yeah, I'm back in Zoom University for the next 3 weeks now still.
Oh, yeah. By the way, did you see now California's opening up? Chicago's opening up. New York's opening up.
Suddenly, because it was used as a tool.
Yeah. I mean,
to try to blame Trump.
Supposedly cases are at their highest now than they've been. But yet, Democratic governors are now opening up everything. Wonder why. I'm confused as to why. I'm not the smartest person on the planet,
I think it's pretty obvious. But...
Maybe they want everybody to get COVID. Maybe that's what it is.
Now they're for herd immunity?
Yeah, they're trying to get herd immunity.
And now they're for that? They weren't for that 10 months ago?
No, I guess not.
Our 2-week quarantine 10 months later.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone's ever seen the WALL-E movie, what happens in that movie? You ever seen the Wall-E movie?
I have not.
Well, the world was environmentally destroyed. And everybody got fat. Because everybody was in a ship in the middle of space, and everybody got fat.
Did you just, like, move closer to your microphone?
No.
Okay.
Oh. Wait. Does it sound okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody got fat, so that's what's happening now. I haven't got to do the other thing I wanted to do, comparing us to the Germany in the 30s and Russia in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever.
Yeah, we'll have to advertise that. Like, we'll have to advertise that for a couple weeks that you're going to be doing that.
To compare us to the Bolsheviks and the whatever the Nazis were technically called. I forget their name. The German Workers' Party, something.
Yeah. Google forming a global union.
Global Union.
Yes, called Alpha Global, with the goal of holding Google and parent company Alphabet accountable, as the company is acting in a way nearly entirely unchecked by governments. Interesting.
You could talk about what you posted about Amazon this week.
Well, we talked about that on the last show.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, rip.
We have Charles, you may know this last name, Flynn. Interesting. Yes, the younger brother of Michael Flynn. Very interesting. Very interesting. Trump has now, instead of Make America Great Again, he's using Save America. America. In fact,
I have the rules have changed.
here's the picture. Save America. America. I wish it was, apostrophe America. America. America.
America.
America. I don't know. I have no idea what's coming.
Who knows?
Biden talked with Putin today. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. That's it. Nothing else much more to talk about. Unless you have anything else. Anybody else want us to talk about something? Quickly. Bueller. So, Thursday we will not be doing a sports show. Because there's really no sports that we could talk about. Next Thursday we'll do a show basically all about the Super Bowl. Unless if there's other things. Are you watching the live version of this right now?
Yes.
It's weird. On my TV, it's laggy.
It is laggy.
Why is it laggy? Oh, it is laggy here too. Why is it lagging tonight? Anybody else having lagging issues? Interesting. Yeah. I'm all green. Usually when it's laggy, it turns yellow. Interesting. We'll have to look into that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you Thursday. Probably. Maybe we won't do a Thursday show this week. I don't know. If there's nothing much to talk about, we'll skip this show on Thursday. If I do find stuff to talk about, we'll do a Thursday show. So, thank you for joining in tonight. If you haven't joined the Phatts TV Facebook page, feel free. If you haven't joined the Phatts TV group Facebook page, feel free to join. This way you'll get notified every time we go live. If you have your notifications turned on YouTube and you subscribe to our channel, you'll get notified that way every time we go live. Uh-huh. Not you, by the way.
About to say, what?
Yeah. No, wasn't...
Like I didn't do anything.
It wasn't you. Somebody wanted me to give a shout-out to something here. And I told them, watch the show Tuesday and remind me to do it, because I'll forget. And see, I almost forgot. Blah, 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 blah. Let me find this. Betsy wanted me to give a shout out to something. They're trying to get her
Facebook page or
her
something.
son bowls for Manheim Township for their high school team. And they're trying to they need 1,000 subscribers so that they could live stream their matches. So, if you don't mind, I'll put the link out. It's on YouTube, and if they get to 1,000 subscribers, they could live stream their matches. I don't know why they need 1,000 to live stream their matches, but they do. And presently,
Hi, I'm Bethany Jigwith. I'm the social media.
Presently, it's at, I don't know. It's at 39, so they got a long way to go. Not really sure why they need 1,000 subscribers. So
Maybe it's a new YouTube thing.
Then they would take us down, that's for sure.
Well, anything that's created from that rule, they can't enforce that on.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. It says, please help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's see what the 13-second message has to say.
Manager for the MT bowling team. We currently need 1,000. Hi, I'm Bethany Jigwith. I'm the social media manager for the MT bowling team. We currently need 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream our bowling matches. If you could help us in any way possible, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Hi, I'm Bethany.
Bethany said a lot there. Bethany has a nickname. We call her Little Diva. She's not so little anymore.
No.
She's almost going to high school time. All right. So, Betsy, if you're watching tonight, there's your stuff that I said I would do for you, even though you didn't remind me. Somehow I remembered. Not really sure how. All right. Christine says I'm cutting in and out all night. I hope it's not something with the new program. I just hope maybe my internet is a little funky tonight. I mean, when we did it yesterday at the PJBT, it was fine. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll go up and reset my router. Maybe that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. Thank you for tuning in with us. Sorry about the lagging issues that I really didn't know anything about. It's still weird because it's all green. My board is green, which means it's working fine. Mm-hmm. Whenever it lags, it turns yellow. So, I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember, as always, where we go one,
we go all.
Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. See ya.